Hello, my name is Joseph Parker, and I work in Michaels, which is an art supply store, and I work as a team member. Every day when I come to work, I always settle down and just walk by, browse a little bit in the store, and when it's time to work, when it's time for my shift, I sign in and do what needs to be done. I ask for what needs to be done, like my supervisors come to me and they ask me what I must do, what I should do, and they tell me. So I see a box of merchandise, or I see a bunch of art supplies like beads or t-shirts, or I even see, so it's just a box of materials. A box of materials and items that it's just a box of items that I just pick up and unbox them and put them to the shelves where they belong. My favorite part about Michaels is the people who come in and out of the store. It's huge. Michaels is huge. It is located in Pelham Manor, and it is just beautiful inside. As soon as you go in there, it's like this huge, beautiful world where you just love to go in and then come back out when you're done. Well, just like a kid in a candy shop, my favorite aisles to go to are where they have the sketchbooks, and when they have the bottles of paint, and of course they have so much shirts and many of the materials you can use and to make art, like there's wood and there's yarn and ribbons, plenty of baking supplies. One of my favorites. So I have plenty of favorites. I can't tell if I have 1, 2, or 3 choices. I have many favorite aisles to go to. I've always enjoyed art from a very early age. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, when I was a tot, I really enjoy the cartoons on the television and the pictures. When you look through a book, it didn't matter if it was a graphic novel or a chapter book in the world of literature. Anything that involves art in an artist's perspective, I really enjoyed the characters and the environment that they were living in. I love art so much. Well, I've been drawing since I was 2 or 3 years old. I was a cute little baby back then. I was always drawing on paper, drawing on benches, in the balconies when I was growing up. And I didn't know what an animator was supposed to do. I didn't know what animation was. But in the field of art, I was learning. In school, I was always being educated in and out of school. I took art classes and my drawing skills kept on getting better and better. It kept on developing. It just kept on being more professional each and every day as I was growing up, to become a kid, to a teenager in high school, and then to become a college student as an adult. It's really a wild ride. Plenty of trips. I remember going to the museum, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and going to the Museum of Modern Art. Even though I'm in college now, those were the main locations that I will never forget. The art teachers that I've had in high school who I really admire, teachers like Ms. Ann Shellhorn, Mr. Anand, Mr. Kane, who really believed in me, and I was so inspired by each and every one of them. Those 3 high school art teachers that I've had, I really enjoyed being in their classes. They get to know who I am, they got to know who my students are as well, and I get to know them and their personality. And every time I remember one of my teachers like Ms. Shellhorn or Mr. Anand were so obsessed with my work that they were like, "Joseph, you are so talented." These great comments, these great compliments, such good compliments they would tell me, and I would just be like, "Oh boy, oh goodness, I can't can't believe this is really happening. I was 16 or 17. Yeah, I attended Lehman High School when I was 14 years old. And then since then, becoming 14, becoming 15, it really was like a sun shining above me going, Joseph, you are gonna be an animator. You're gonna be an artist. You're still gonna be an artist, still to this day. So, like 5 years later, I'm still drawing, but drawing more and more and writing more stories. So I admire my art teachers like Mr. Anand and Ms. Shellhorn and Mr. Kane a lot. Yes, so my major is digital design and animation, and I've been taking art classes ever since the beginning of the semester, and I've been taking classes to be specific classes such as the concepts in animation and to learn the 12 principles of animation. And I've been taking these different types. Every time you have a class, there are always different types of animation you must know about. You can know about like stop motion, claymation, pixelation, and replacement. And I was born watching 2D and CGI at an early age as well. So I was familiarized with all these different types of classes. I didn't know I was gonna take those classes until I was taking them. And the professors get to know me and I get to know them as well. Professors like Professor Andy London, who is this amazing animator and great teacher and mentor, who always be teaching me and my classmates what we should do, and that is to be creative, to have fun, and always have an imagination, have quite an imagination like no other. Currently, I attend to Hostos Community College, and my major is digital design and animation. The artwork that I'm always attempt doing is portraits. I do sketches, like I'm good at character designs, I'm good at visual development, I'm good at storyboarding, and good at animatics. So I'm always doing drawings traditionally and catching up to the computer animation world. So I mostly do hand drawing. I do traditional hand drawings of characters when it comes to character design, and also doing visual sketches. Art is really important in this world because it's everywhere. You look here, you look there, there's always a Broadway show coming up, there's always an event happening, and there's plenty of kids and teenagers out there making differences, including the adults who are making the difference as well. So art is everywhere. You see it inside and outside of buildings. So you always have to look up, stare at it, stare at that art piece for a moment, and then you feel inspired in an amount of seconds. You have a smile on your face. Well, art can be in forms of many things. Even it can be in comic books or in animated cartoons, or it can also be as a painting. You know, anytime you do lots of stuff, when you do designing, especially not just for t-shirts or just for fashion design, it's just something that grabs that person's attention. It's the art behind it and the art in front of it that involves a lot of value, and it involves a lot of passion. And it's always, to that person, it'll be like, this is my destiny. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. As a career, not a hobby. Art is not a hobby, it's a career. That's also a choice in life that you can do anywhere, anytime. I believe that as an artist, and to become a professional one, I believe that art speaks to me in terms of what can teach me and what can show me what I really must know as time moves on, and how it's going to affect me for the rest of my life as well. So it can be on paper, it can be framed, it could be anywhere on the wall or any type of building may have, art is, like I said, art is everywhere. So I just be inspired every single day. So art to me is a form of expression, and it will never, ever go away from me. It's inside of me. Art is inside of me, and it'll never go away. Self-expression to me is really important because it gives you the freedom, the independence, and how you just want to go exploring outside, and you want to know there's always explicit things out there. You really want to express yourself, and not to make an impression of people, but just to have fun and enjoy every moment in your life. Just to have fun and not to work so hard, not to feel stressed all the time. Because in times in life, there'll always be people who will have ups and downs. I have ups and downs in my life, and everyone else also. So to be on the same page, self-expression is very important to me because it gives you the freedom, and it gives you the independence and the much space that you need in order to be successful.